Huh. Hmm. Yeah. Well, I remember it was spring of 2013. It was another senior project meeting where we were supposed to give an update on our senior projects and give feedback to our fellow students. Now, let me just be clear. On this day, I was not the picture of senior perfection. I hadn't really settled on a project yet, and the deadline was right around the corner. And that day in particular, things just felt awful and off. Not too long before this, I had finally told my mother and family members about being raped and assaulted by a close family friend. It just came out. You know, like the commercial with the girl that runs into the bathroom and then unzips her chest and all of her emotions crash into the sink? Yeah, it was like that. The nausea, the paranoia, the fear, the weight. I was staying extra high. Numb, and I didn't care at all. I had just had Hebrew with my bestie, and post-Hebrew we smoked and walked up the hill to the studio theater. We were both over it. Both ill and struggling, both traumatized and jaded, both too just be happy I made it to care about smelling like weed. We make it to the top of the hill and I get a phone call. I don't answer, but something about the number sends shivers down my spine. The person leaves a message. Mind you, my friend and I were already running late. I tell her to go ahead and I listen to the voicemail.
It's him.
It's him.
It's him.
My rapist. Saying that he really wants to talk to me because he can't understand why I would spread lies about him when the encounter was something I had obviously wanted. I was a liar. I was a fake. I was some kind of clout chaser, and my knees just buckled. I fell to the ground sobbing, right on the pathway to the glass doors. I was so scared. If he was bold enough to call me, then he was bold enough to find me, and again, I needed to pull back. I needed to reel it in and hide once more. Stop telling people where I might go or be. I called my mom. She was pissed. Hung up. Then called back and told me she'd talked to my rapist, and he swore to God that I wanted it. That it wasn't like I was saying, and that I was a liar. Talk about your heart being caught in your throat. Gagging me, heart expanding, bulging my neck, airways blocked. My friend texted me to see if I was okay, but wasn't nobody else worried. I looked at my phone, realized that I was beyond late, and had to prepare for that. See, I was not going to cry in front of these people, but I ended up doing that anyway, and I definitely didn't trust anyone in that room to tell them that I was late due to the trauma of being called and then lied on by my rapist. I walk in. I get angry and disappointed looks. No one asking why. Are you okay? What happened? Just, oh, great. You finally came. Well, you can talk now. But first, a public talking to, because I disrespected my fellow seniors by being late and not hearing their project proposals, especially considering where I was with my own project. And you know, that wasn't even the bad part. I could bite that bullet and swallow that medicine. I was late. I had missed it. It wasn't okay, and no one knew what happened, so okay. So I start to talk, and I realize that I am now publicly talking about my rape, and now somehow my comedic piece about weed became a dance theater piece about surviving rape trauma. I did not name the fact that I was just contacted by my rapist. I don't think, but I did tell the whole story. How I met up with my friend for a DJ lesson and he turned it into a lesson about deception, rape culture 101, hands-on lab. And how I had been confused as hell by how this person that was supposed to be my family could do such a thing, and how a deity I called my God could allow it. And how the first thing a so-called friend said to me when I talked about the experience with her for the first time and about my rapist impotence, she said, maybe I wasn't pretty enough to help him keep it up. And how after it all happened, I tried to reach out and speak with him because I didn't get it. It couldn't be real. He couldn't have meant to do that. Right?
Right?
There was a silence. I was done. I did my presentation somehow, trembling, nauseated, lightheaded. And afterwards, as we were all leaving the studio, I was approached by a music faculty member, a co-founder, who proceeded to call me stupid for reaching out and trying to talk to my rapist. Stupid. As if I hadn't called myself that before, for that reason. Fresh from unwrapping the bandages to find a throbbing, leaking, and raw wound, only to have a woman with a PhD in feminism call me stupid. In the face of my rape. Stupid in the face of my assault. Stupid in public. Stupid for attempting clarity, reconciliation, understanding. Stupid for praying that I was wrong. For hoping it was a misunderstanding. Stupid. And I couldn't help wondering if she would say the same thing to her daughter, aka Brilliant, who was going to Harvard, where she would be at a much higher risk than I was for the invasive trauma of assault. Would she call her stupid for confronting a beast with humanity? How would she respond if her daughter, brilliant, talented, impactful, was deadened by assault and slapped with the label of stupidity by a professor that don't know shit about her, never had an in-depth conversation with her, but felt in their right to call her ailing child stupid? I hope I never find out. I hope it never comes to that. But still, 8 years later, I wonder. Still. 8 years later, I haven't been able to scrub or scald that label from my skin. Every accomplishment clipped by this remember when. Every past J invite, 1 foot in the tar pit, stuck in the
Fuck you.
fuck you of it all. Bile filling my mouth as I tight-lipped smile. Cordiality is the cost of professionalism. How was I in a mandatory class that took me to Bruno every week to practice cathartic rehabilitation with formerly violent offenders, but I'm stupid? Stupid. For having tried my hand at restorative justice and unwittingly getting it amputated. And no, I don't want an apology. It means nothing now since you said it then. I don't care what you didn't mean by it, and I don't think you care either. But what I do want, what I intend to do, is fill up so much of your space, you have no choice but to breathe me. Breathe my black, my intellect, my impact, my power. Breathe my strength, not needing your validation or verification. Breathe my creativity. Know that you can't do it like me. Breathe it all in so that I can stick to your lungs like you tattooed stupid on my skin. Breathe me in and catch me in your heart and mind, lungs and gut. Breathe me into your memory as I exhale you out of mine.